around you. When you pray, pray for mercy, pray for grace. We're going to talk about the fire situation up Capitol Hill this morning exclusively. Okay, we are now live on Sky Communications Liberia Facebook page. You can now join the live, drop your comments, invite someone, share the live, and be a part of the conversation. We're going to be talking exclusively about the fire situation this morning. That's the only thing we're going to be looking at. I'm going to be drawing some points as well from the interaction we had with the police IG, the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Gregory Coleman, on the 50-50 show. In fact, yesterday that entire show was repeated. We were still receiving calls on our private numbers. People wanting to participate because of the way the interview was conducted, the way the IG himself presented himself, and so on. But welcome. I'm currently looking at the front page Africa newspaper, though I listened to the press conference. But I'm currently looking at the front page Africa newspaper with the headline: Liberia Joint Security confirms Capitol building fire was arson. Suspects identified. So arson. Maybe if you don't want me to tell you what it is, and maybe in fact a lot of people know about it. But let's give you the definition of it. Arson is the act of willfully and deliberately setting fire to or sharing property. All right. The act of someone intentionally, willfully setting fire to a building, to a property, is arson. Some people do that to retaliate. Some people do that because they are angry with someone within there. There was a story, I think, way back. I think that was somewhere around 2004. I was not anywhere in the media, but I've been having interest in listening to news stories. So there's this fellow that was given a notice, I think somewhere around the Pinsville area. He was given a notice from a home. So he got angry. I think the manner in form in which the notice was issued him, he was not satisfied with it. According to him, he had developed the property for the person, and then only to wake up one morning and the landlord just pushed the notice beneath his door. He woke up while stepping out. He saw a white paper. Opening the paper, he was greeted with a notice. So he got angry and subsequently set that building ablaze. Immediately, he relocated to a new place. How he was caught, that is something that the police, the investigators did their job, their piece of job. So arson is this act of the willful or malicious burning of property, such as a building, and exactly what happened up Capitol Hill. So the police has said that the burning of the Capitol Hill building is not electrical. It was not done by electrical fault, but it's something that was done as a result of a deliberate act carried out by some unscrupulous individuals. Whether they were paid to do that, whether it is something they wake up and they sat down. In fact, arson is willful. All right. So obviously they willfully did it. They were not coerced. Somebody could say, yeah, they were coerced. In other words, Matthias, if you look at it psychologically, finances coerce people. Money can coerce people. Influence can coerce people. Somebody that you respect so much that you don't want to, come across like you're disrespecting this person. That person can coerce you to do something that you don't want to do. That person can tell you to wake up one day and go and do something. Then the question then I ask myself, whenever people come up with these kind of assertions, where do you place your mind at the time the person is influencing your decision to do such a thing? Where do you put your mind? Where does your mind go? Where does your conscience go? How do you think at that moment? Do you lost your senses, or everything about you does it go to sleep? Because at that point you're acting on impulses that this person is saying to you, wake up, Matthias. Today I'm asking you to get out there. As you get to Sky FM, go there with petrol bomb. You know how it's made. There's this thing the people, the young guys make whenever they're doing these protests, mostly when the protests are getting violent. We watched it in several African countries. They have these bottles, glass bottles. They put gasoline in it, and then they put a cloth at the mouth, and they lit the cloth. While the cloth is burning, they throw it, and boom, there's an explosion. So go at Sky today and set that building ablaze. What for? say maybe because of administrative reasons, management is not meeting up to certain obligations and all of that. But is that the only remedy, that I should wake up to burn the building? Was that the only remedy, to have burned the Capitol building? But let's read the story verbatim. Um, then we will get to another connection. We'll connect the story to another thing. At 8 o'clock, we'll open the lines to hear from you. But I really encourage you that you listen all through and listen to everything that we're saying. And maybe you can try to connect the dots as we are presenting the information to you. Try to put some points to it. Every line, everything that we're saying, connect, do all of your connections. You can also do your analysis and you call in. Let's have a real civilized and fruitful conversation this morning, as always. So it says the Liberia National Police and the Liberia Fire Service have announced progress in their investigation into the recent fire at the Capitol building, confirming that the incident was an act of arson. Speaking at a press briefing held Wednesday, January 8 at the LMP headquarters, Inspector General Gregory Coleman disclosed that compelling evidence links the blaze to deliberate criminal actions. According to the Inspector General, an extensive examination of the Capitol's electrical system revealed no faults that could have triggered the fire. He says, up to the time of the incident, the grid was still supplying electricity, which shows that it was not the cause, Coleman stated. He said, instead, investigators found evidence suggesting the fire started in multiple locations, a hallmark of intentional arson. Multiple locations. So, say Michael, Mopolu, Matthias, Julius decide to set this building ablaze. God forbid. So Matthias comes to the front, Julius goes at the back, Michael goes at the right, Mopolu goes at the left. At that point, we communicate. So we have a phone. Maybe all of us are on a conference call. They say, gentlemen, let's get it going. And we set it ablaze. So the fire comes from different locations. This is what the police investigation is unveiling. The police and the fire services investigation is unveiling. So you watch this, that this situation, the fire came out from different locations. Let's go further in reading the story. It says further that further upholding their case, Inspector Coleman noted that investigators discovered a container at the scene containing a flammable substance. This finding, combined with other physical evidence, has led the LNP and LNFS to classify the incident as a deliberate act aimed at sabotaging a critical government institution. At the same time, the LMP Inspector General maintained that the authority had identified several individuals of interest connected to the incident. While their identities remain undisclosed for now, Coleman confirmed that these individuals have been identified or have been invited, for questioning. If they refuse to cooperate, they will be ordered arrested, Coleman warned. He further noted that on the day of the fire, several arrests were made. However, he added that some individuals were released on personal reconnaissance, while others were signed for by their legal representatives. Coleman assured the public that those conclusively linked to the act would face justice within the next 24 hours going forward. For his part, the Liberia Fire Service Director General Colonel G. Waswa Bavor corroborated the findings, noting that flammable substances were used to ignite the fire. We are almost at the point of conclusion, and from observation, there was a fluid substance used to cause the fire at the Capitol, Colonel Bavor stated. Meanwhile, Inspector General Coleman has called on the public to support the investigation and refrain from politicizing the incident. We want to reassure the public that this investigation is factual and based on sufficient evidence. The police are committed to ensuring the rule of law prevails, Coleman emphasized. Coleman notes that While investigators continue to work with foreign experts to verify evidence, the scene of the fire remains under strict security to preserve its integrity. So this is the latest. This is what we have at the moment. What the security two institutions responsible for this particular situation. This is what they're telling us. We're talking about the fire service and the Liberia National Police. They are saying that this is awesome. Somebody set the building ablaze, and in fact, it was done in the words of Sawyer, the late Dr. Amos Sawyer. It was done concomitantly. People, deliberately burned this, put the building ablaze, and the fire came from different locations. So it's not possible for one person to burn a building from different locations. So this may have been done in a way that like I just give you an analogy, that there were maybe 4 or 5 or 6 persons. They came from different locations and they just communicated and set the building ablaze. This is bad. This is bad. We must condemn it in every strong term that we can use, but a polite term to condemn this particular situation. This is really, really bad. It is so bad that it presents an image of a nation that has gone through 14 years of civil crisis, enjoyed peace for a relative period of time, and now we are behaving like people who have got no lessons whatsoever from crisis. Whomever that is behind this thing that gave these young people, because obviously I know that somebody would, the conclusion of this investigation, to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my intuition, I'll tell you that it will be connected, it will be linked to some high profile individuals at that very Capitol building that may have been unsatisfied with the way things have been unfolding up Capitol Hill. So they thought to take their revenge by, inviting some of these unscrupulous young people who don't have skills, who probably are not, lettered. So their minds can be controlled by little or nothing. But this is bad. We must condemn it as a nation. But here is a little, thing that we must also look at in, looking at this particular situation. When the President Joseph Jomo Boakai, he visited the Capitol building after the fire incident, and that the president went there on the 18th of December. All right, he visited the Capitol building on the 18th in the aftermath of a fire outbreak at the Capitol building early Wednesday morning, December 18th. President Boakai visited the scene to assess the damage. That was on the 18th of December. But here is what the president said directly. We are here to console the members of the first branch of government. We are in sympathy with them for this destruction that shouldn't have happened. And we are not going to allow this to happen in this country. People who have problem, they have to wait to settle it. We are not going to settle for this. This is not a place for hooligans. This is a place for responsible people who are here to serve the Liberian people. This country is poor, and I don't care what they do, we will rebuild this country. All right? This is the president's words. January 8th, at this point in time, we want to officially inform the nation that we have sufficient evidence to call the act at the Capitol building, at the Capitol, an act of arson. The electrical system at the building was duly assessed, and up to the time of the fire, the system was distributing current. We are definite about calling the fire an arson. We have identified persons of interest in this investigation. Those people have been reached. We are sending out clear message to them to come in to continue the investigation. And in the case where they don't, they could be arrested. Colonel Coleman, and he made a statement on the 8th. The president made a statement on the 18th. let's look at the president's words. We are in sympathy. First, he said, this is not a place for hooligans. This is a place for responsible people who are here to serve the Liberian people. Hooliganism took place at the Capitol building. Yes, we witnessed that. We all saw that some of the lawmakers behaved like hooligans on the day, there was a protest on that particular building at the Capitol building. We'll be right back after the VOA News.
I am VOA's Tommy McNeil. Worldwide News Update. Ukrainian officials say that a Russian missile attack in the southern Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia has killed at least 13 civilians and wounded about 30 others. Footage posted on Wednesday on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's Telegram channel shows civilians lying in a city street littered with debris. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin held bilateral meetings with his Ukrainian and British counterparts Wednesday before hosting the Ukraine Defense Contact Group one last time.
Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin at Ramstein Air Base in Germany to host his final Ukraine Defense Contact Group, a group he started here at this base to coordinate international military aid for Ukrainians just weeks after Russia invaded. That cause to support their fight now shrouded in uncertainty. When President Joe Biden leaves office on January 20th, President-elect Donald Trump has not indicated whether he will continue America's leadership of the group. Current administration officials and defense analysts say that could prove catastrophic for Kyiv. The group of about 50 nations has provided Kyiv with more than $126 billion in weapons, training, and equipment. Carla Babb, VOA News, Ramstein Air Base, Germany.
AP correspondent Haya Panjwani describes the path of destruction in Los Angeles, California, where at least 5 people have been killed.
The Pacific Palisades fire is the most destructive in Los Angeles history. Fierce wildfires are raging in the Los Angeles area, fueled by powerful Santa Ana winds. Residents are fleeing from burning homes through flames, ferocious winds, and towering clouds of smoke. Actor Steve Guttenberg told Sky News what evacuations looked like in Manhattan Beach.
There were mothers trying to find their kids. There were anxiety, panic attacks. It's terrible.
Thousands of firefighters were battling at least 3 separate blazes. I'm Haya Panjwani.
This is VOA News. Israel's military said its forces have recovered the body of a hostage held in Gaza. The military said Wednesday it was identifying additional remains that could belong to another captive. The recovery of 53-year-old Yosef Al-Zayadni from an underground tunnel comes as Israel and Hamas are considering a ceasefire and hostage release deal. The war began when Hamas-led militants stormed into southern Israel on October 7, 2023, killing some 1,200 people and abducting around 250. A third of the 100 hostages still in Gaza are believed to be dead. Gaza's health ministry says Israel's air and ground offensive against Hamas in Gaza has killed over 45,800 Palestinians. Mexico's president is responding to President-elect Donald Trump's proposal to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. AP correspondent Donna Warder.
It was a sarcastic response as she stood before a global map during Wednesday's press briefing.
Obviously,
the Gulf of Mexico's name is recognized by the United Nations, by a United Nations agency. But why don't we call it Mexican America? Sounds nice, doesn't it? And Sheinbaum noted that the Gulf of Mexico has been called the Gulf of Mexico since 1607. It's unclear if Sheinbaum will be able to build the same relationship with Trump as did her predecessor, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, who was considered an ally. I'm Donna Warder.
The AP's Jennifer King reports that a new study finds many freshwater animals around the world are in peril.
Researchers analyzing the global risks to animals that live in fresh water found about 1 out of 4 are threatened with extinction. The novel study published in the journal Nature is the first major analysis focused on freshwater creatures like fish, crabs, and dragonflies, examining over 23,000 species worldwide.
24% of species, freshwater species that were measured in this study are shown to be threatened with extinction.
Co-author Ian Harrison is the co-chair of the Freshwater Conservation Commission. committee.
I don't think it is hopeless. It's very challenging.
The study authors say most species face many threats acting together, including pollution, water extraction, agriculture, dams, invasive species, and climate change. I'm Jennifer King.
The funeral services for former U.S. President Jimmy Carter are wrapping up soon. His remains arrived in Washington Tuesday. Thursday morning, he'll be transported to Washington National Cathedral for a state funeral. President Joe Biden, a longtime Carter ally, will deliver a eulogy. That wraps up this update, but the world and news never stop. For additional updates, visit our website at voanews.com. I'm Tommy McNeil, VOA News.
This is the time we come together to keep our country safe forever. So open up your heart, let a true love come right in. 'Cause love is all we need to make us stand. Let's understand one another and learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Let's celebrate and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, love is all we need to make it stand. Let's celebrate and have a peaceful home.
And that's why, sweet Liberia, love is all that we need to make this nation stand. Good morning and welcome back to the program Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. We are here Monday to Thursday, 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Today is Thursday and it's the 9th day of January 2025. My name is Matthias Labindi, welcoming you on the program. We're going to be here now regularly, and subsequently I'm going to introduce someone, right? Today we are talking exclusively about the fire incident up Capitol Hill. You already listened to some of the readings we've done, providing information about from the statement made by the IG, the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, and the fire service boss, Mr. Bauer, that the situation, the fire incident is an act of arson carried on by someone, some individuals. Several persons have been arrested. But other people have different views about the situation. According to the Front Page Africa, it had a conversation with another fighter, all right, who begged for anonymity and is out of the country. He said the sudden shift raises concerns about the thoroughness of the investigation. So just is it Monday or Tuesday? Just Tuesday, the Inspector General of Police was in the studio here, and he said he needed some time. The police needed some time to conclude on on the investigation so that they can come up with evidence. And in fact, it says some of the pieces of information gathered were classified, so they could not comment on it. Apparently, the time that he called for, he got it, because from that time from Tuesday to Wednesday of yesterday, maybe by that time they may have concluded on corroborating their information. So maybe that's why they came up to speak to the public. But what is also important to note is that up Capitol Hill, I don't know whether another person observed that. One key thing I observed is that the president, upon his visit to the scene of the incident, he did not play a fatherly role. Before the fire incident, there was a political turmoil of Capitol Hill, where the 73 lawmakers divided in factions, in two groups. Maybe some people were abstaining, but actually it was in two groups, majority and minority. Minority supporting the embattled speaker, Fonanti Kofa, the majority, vying for the speakership position of Mr. Richard Nangbe Kung. All right. So within this situation, the fight, there was a situation of opening of chambers door, where to have sitting and all of that. All of these things, these ups and downs were going on, at that Capitol building. And guess what happened? The executive did not get involved. According to the information, the executive did not get, according to political pundits and even apologists of the executive. Some people believe that the executive did not get involved. So one person I interacted with the other day, I think Octavian, was here, and he said something. He said, Matthias, okay, say the president is the head of state. Yeah, of course he's the head of state. So because he's the head of state, he should focus only on running the country. And if there are things happening, he cannot, provide oversight. And it is during that interaction that I got to know, I heard, though not believing it, that during the WIA's administration, there were attempts to remove Speaker Buffer Chambers about 3 or 4 times, and former President WIA intervened. In this case, in the current situation, we are getting information from supporters of the government that the president could not intervene because it would have been a violation of the law. All right, fair enough. The president could not intervene because he didn't want to violate the law of the country. Subsequently, building got a fire. The president appears at the Capitol building, and he said these words, that we are here to console the members of the first branch of government. We are in sympathy with them for this destruction that shouldn't have happened, and we are not going to allow this to happen in this country. People who have problems, they have to eat to settle it, wait to settle it. We are not going to settle for this. This is not a place for hooligans. This is a place for responsible people who are here to serve the Liberian people. This country is poor, and I don't care what they do, we will build this country. So was the president insinuating that the burning of the Capitol building is as a result of the political turmoil at the Capitol building? Is that what he was insinuating? Although the Front Page Africa is saying that the president said awesome, but in all their quotes, I didn't see anything here mentioned about that has to do with awesome. A statement, a particular word that the president used as awesome, that is, linked to the president according to them. I didn't see that. I'm not seeing it anywhere. So, but we know that there was a political situation, all right, at the Capitol building prior to this, the burning of the Capitol building. Even there were times where the president, not the president, but the police had to go there. There was a clash between the police and the lawmakers. Citizens also staged a protest at that very Capitol building. Too many things have been happening over there. Where are the elders? The elders in the land did not get involved in this situation. Okay, say the capital is occupied by elders. But when things get tough, there is an elder and there's an elder. When things get tough for certain elders, I think other elders that are sitting and seeing that thing differently should get involved, etc. So that this would have led to us preventing the situation that we are faced with right now. Immediately the building got burned. It did not even take long. I think it did not even take 2-3 days. We heard Senator Prince Moyi calling for I think 1.5 million for the renovation of the 1.8 million. 1.8 million for the renovation of the Capitol building, of the burned portion of it. How did they reach to that point of knowing how much it would cost to renovate a building without even investigation conducted by, professional people to know what damage that fire may have caused to the building? We also heard about a call for international investigators. In the absence, whether the investigators are here, when did they arrive, who brought them in the country, we don't. That is, all of those information are unbeknownst to some of us. Maybe some of our colleagues in the media know about it, but I've not heard anything about private or international or foreign investigators coming to the country to aid the police and the Liberia National Fire Service in this matter. If that happened, then I'm sorry that I did not get to know that. But if that didn't happen, so we call for foreign investigators. We didn't wait for them to come. Now the results are coming up that is awesome. Up Capitol Hill, other group of people are saying we need 1.8 million to renovate this building. You're not a construction engineer. How did you conclude that the damage caused by the fire will cost $1.8 million to renovate it? Now, the police IG was here on Tuesday, and he said something. I think 2 or 3 individuals were arrested recently around the premises of the Imbato speaker, or the former speaker. All right. First, these guys were told their electronic devices were on, and they were told by their electronic devices they went somewhere around Banjo, and around that Banjo, there's a property that belongs to the former speaker J. Fonanti Kofa. When the guys were about to move on them, they went into a fence. And they stayed in that fence for about 5 hours, and they could not see these guys. Subsequently, they decided to come out, and then they give their devices were still being followed. So they monitor the direction that their devices are moving. I think through GPS or whatever, the security know what kind of device they use to track these people. They were being tracked until these guys were arrested around the battle speaker's premises in Congo Town. What is that picture? What is that? What kind of picture is that presenting? Is this investigation going to? This is not being political. And my good friend, the IG, I'm not trying to politicize this thing. You've called the public to not politicize. Yes, I would not be a member of the public that would join to politicize, but I just ask critical questions. What is this thing linking to? Is it that the Imbato speaker may have sponsored the burning of the Capitol building? I'm just thinking out loud. Is this where this investigation is leading? The president said if people have problems, they should sit down, they should wait for the problems to be settled. Did he in any way try to insinuate that it is as a result of the political turmoil at the Capitol building that some of the people who feel aggrieved about the situation, they may have burned the Capitol building? Is that what the president was trying to say? The arrest of these individuals, tracking of these individuals, first going to one of the properties of the former speaker and now arresting them to another property of the former speaker, is it leading to a point? Are we being left to think that this investigation, because we already been told by the IG that it is classified. There are certain information that are classified. They have to be declassified by the Minister of Justice before the public can be in the know of what is actually unfolding, who may have caused this situation. At the moment, what we have at the moment is the police and the Liberia National Fire Service have informed us that this is awesome. Okay, no problem. We take that because you are the professional people, you're doing that. But I'm connecting the dots. The senators are saying we need 1.8 million to renovate in the absence of concluding the investigation to know the culprits. Somebody's already telling us that we need this amount to renovate the burned portion of the Capitol building. How did you derive at that? You're not a construction engineer. How can you even bring engineers to inspect the damage and advise you that you will need this amount to rebuild this place? How? Whose idea is that? Okay, Mr. President, all alone throughout the impasse at the Capitol building, he did not get involved. All right, he did not play a leadership role as a leader to say, you know what, Rachel Kung, I'm hearing your name in this thing. You're a Union Party man. I'm hearing your name in this thing that you have a block, that your block is the majority block. What kind of block thing is this? Okay, that's a separate branch. I do not want to interfere with your work, but can you guys come and sit down? Let me understand what's going on. The president did not play that role. He did not invite the Imbanto speaker, Jay Fonante Kofa. He did not invite, maybe he was having conversation with the current speaker, Mr. Rachel Kung, Speaker Kung. Maybe he was having in the interest of the Unity Party. And that's why people are beginning to suspect that the president played double standard game. That's why people are beginning to insinuate that he played double standard game, that he was behind the scene, fueling the tension by supporting one side. And that was demonstrated during the time he visited the scene of the incident. He was mostly linked to the Kung side. He was seated with Kung to an extent that the Imbanto speaker, out of respect, out of obeisance to his position as president, he had to go closer and bow to greet the president. The president did not play that fatherly role when he arrived. I watched the video. He did not play the fatherly role when he arrived at the Capitol building, trying to bring everybody together and have a conversation. There are too many things that are not adding up. Yesterday, the IG said the security, the joint security needed some time. Maybe that time was just a few hours. Wednesday, yesterday, the IG came up, the two institutions, fire service and the police came up with information that this thing was done by someone. Somebody burned the Capitol building. Some suspects have been arrested. Investigations are ongoing. There are people that have been linked to this thing. They have been communicated to. If they do not show up, they'll be arrested. Are these people that are being, that are suspected to be participants of this act, are they lawmakers? Are they sitting lawmakers? Could it be that the Imbanto speaker is involved with this? Is involved with this particular situation? Because given that individuals who were tracked first went to his premises in his property in Banjul, later left the Banjul property and extended all the way to Congo Town around the Imbanto speaker's property. Could it be that he's involved with it? Could it be that he sponsored the burning of the Capitol building? At this point, I think the police, the security sector of this country need not classify a lot of things. Why classify this thing? These people were sent on Capitol Hill to serve the people, to work at the will and pleasure of the Liberian people. They are our employees. And we, the employers, are sitting and you're telling us that my employee did something unorthodox on the job. And you're telling me you have to classify the information? Why not come and inform me? Tell me, who did it? Is this Representative Kofa that sponsored the burning of the Capitol building? Or is it Speaker Kung that sponsored the burning of the Capitol building, but try to make it seem like because they have taken the speakership from Kofa, so therefore let's do this thing so that he can be in more trouble? Liberia's peace is still fragile. If you look around today, you see the number of things that are happening. People are just angry. You wake up one morning, you hear that a policeman shot himself dead. You wake up another time, you hear that a young man attacked another young man and he killed the person. You wake up another time, a guy cannot stand heartbreak or he cannot stand breakup. He picks up a knife, goes to his ex-girlfriend's workplace, and then he kills her. You wake up another time, a young man say his father did not give him Christmas money. He picks up a knife and he choked his father to death. You wake up another time, a medical doctor administering medication mistakenly gave wrong medication. Today, a mother is sitting grieving for her 20-year-old son. The peace that we are tampering with, this peace is fragile. We have to be careful with the way we go about it. Why you people may have your fat bank accounts, your fat cards, you have your card that you get, your Visa card, your ATM card, whatever you want to call it. I don't own it because I don't have money in the bank that will make me to get a card to go and stand at an ATM machine. But you people have these facilities. You can wake up one morning and fly out of here. So be careful with the way you go about doing things. And to you, the young people too, you have a responsibility to this country. All right? People should not wake up one day and come and tell you, say, look, Matthias, my man, I want you to get on our radio. When you get there, you should attack this person. A few years ago, folks try that. But if you don't know, that's why the people say, if you don't know Kisime, you can call him Falo. So now everyone will fall prey to these kind of things. And I just want to use this time before opening the lines to call on my fellow young people. Let's be careful. Let's be careful. Every day they tell us that we are the future leaders. We are the future leaders. The very future they are destroying. The very future they are gambling. All in the name of politics. Let's be careful, folks. Let's have a conversation now. Call us on those numbers. Let me hear your part, how you want to go about, discussing this. Let me hear your side of it. Call us on those numbers: 0777 777 107, 0777 777 107, 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. Let's have a conversation. Good morning.
Morning, Mataya.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. My name is Ali Patikuma, speaking family of
Welcome, sir.
Let me say thank you the morning, Mataya. Mataya, for me, sometimes I always like to get a professional chance to carry on a professional work, but because the way our country is gullible, to the extent one man know everything, one man a lawyer, one man a security, one man a engineer, one man a everything in our country. So for that reason, we not always get a professional chance to carry on a professional work. The police came out with a professional report and the joint security, joint investigation, they came out and they made Gregory come out to say, you be the hell of investigation. Gregory come out coming out report that process. When I Gregory come out is a new fire service director, we cannot be treating our country that day.
No, but for those, hello. For those that are saying that, I don't know from what angle they're coming from, because the fire service and the police are working together. That's joint security. So they can decide to say one of us should speak. The fire service boss can say, you the IG, okay, you go ahead. All right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I just one man that brought no everything to the we don't want to get a professional people to trying to do that professional work. And that's what happened in the past time. And I see this thing going on. To the extent what the people even say that they cannot believe will bring international investigators to come and investigate and say you're not believing me. So what we're doing a particular thing. So every time the police must just say they go for investigation, and when they go for that investigation, they must come out with report, they must just keep a report, not be quiet, all right, you see why they tell the police they investigate a particular thing, they are not come out with any report. Because every time they come out with report, the report don't want to believe it. Thank you very much, my brother.
All right, thanks for your contribution on the program this morning. Let's good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Jerry Taylor. I'm calling you from Canada.
Mr. Taylor, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, you see what happened in capital building is during the war time. I think rebel are here. They enter in the capital city, in capital building. Yeah, our taxpayer money will pay in there, and when something invest, they go pointing the capital building. I think there's not electrical force. Better they know. So you think behaving like that as you're saying, when something is there, you just get up. Sometimes some people are passing. Just even moving on the street, you just see someone with nothing you do to him, so now he start insulting you. And, some people are really and are they ready to do what they did? And pointing that capital building is something that they're doing. Tomorrow they're leaving a legacy that our children tomorrow, some of them will do the same thing. So for me, it leave with me, if they find anyone that hand a thing, they should prosecute that person. That tomorrow, and let the people say, oh, today, they people are the one that did the one, this is the punishment the best. So tomorrow our grandchildren will tell their friend and say, oh, in so year, these people that did it in here, the point capital building, there was the punishment they bear. So it will not happen. So, but if we say we leave it like that, it will not look good. And for poor people to come and they even giving a security chance. They are saying that, oh no. If now the security are not going to come out with an investigation on say, oh, the whole thing and you take over and all of one and the passing, they know what happened, but they are saying that the father police director did it. See?
Okay. Thanks for your contribution, my brother. I mean, we just have to be careful.
Good morning, Matthias.
Good morning, sir.
David Harris, I call from Benson Street. Sorry for the poor quality of my voice.
Yeah, I couldn't recognize your voice, sir.
Yeah,
go ahead, brother.
Matthias.
Yeah.
Thanks for the program. But my take on this issue this morning, if it is indeed an arson attack or an action attack, and it is confirmed, the investigators show that indeed that an official of government carried out this act, that official should be held liable if they are having any property in the tune of $1 million. That property should become a set, and the government should sell that property, use the funding to repair the building. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your contribution. That's your view, but I don't think that's how it works. Let's hear from this other person. Good morning. Good morning.
Let me say good morning to the Sky FM family.
Good morning, sir.
This is the voice of Momo Fode, and I call you from Doho Community Samanima Village.
Go ahead.
Matthias, thank you for your talking point. You know, this country will not change from doing the wrong thing. Or if people who understand the job want to give the further information to the Liberian people, those who are around the terrain will come out and say they want to be a buyer. Just imagine I listen to the director of police come up with a report that certain group of people went to the Capitol building and burned the place. Just imagine, Matthias, $1.8 million to renovate that place. It is huge money. That money can diverse to the education system to see how better to buy some armchairs.
But Mr. Fode, do you know how the Capitol building was constructed? That you say 1.8 million is too much.
Yeah, Matthias, but just that if those.
My only thing is he left the line. My only thing is on what basis are the senators calling for $1.8 million to renovate it? All right. So why would you call for 1.8 million? Whose advice are you doing that? Which engineer advised you to that is the amount you would need to renovate the building? Because you're not going to sit down as politicians, all right? My guy is interesting. So you're not going to sit down as politicians just say that we need $1.8 million to renovate, the building. No, it doesn't work that way. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Thank you. Let me just Mohammed pass away.
Mr. Passaway, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Matthias, for the talking point.
Wait, Mr. Passaway, let me ask you. Hello.
Hello.
So the wedding will finish everything before I see this in-law.
The wedding?
Yeah, the wedding. You want me to finish getting married to your sister first before I see you?
Matthias, you're not invited me before.
Okay, no problem. I'll extend an invite.
Yeah, you're not invited me before. If you invite me, I'll come to an invite.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
But thank you very much for the talking point, Matthias. What baffled me the morning, Matthias, is the interpretation of the Supreme Court ruling by the Justice Minister also too. I don't know as to whether this country, our constitution call for that, Matthias. For the Supreme Court to come out with a ruling and the Justice Minister interpreting it. I don't understand it.
I'm not a lawyer, and a few things I've heard that doesn't work. The Justice Minister does not interpret the ruling of the Supreme Court. All right, so
that's unfortunate. Michelle is the binding of the legislature. I think the law because they should be held liable for that. They should be the one that salary should be set aside to renovate that place. We cannot impose enough money in the budget, taxpayer money. Matter the country the country is always going down the drain. You look at the economy. The burn border issue, all those things are issues that need to be addressed. Then we go for enough money again the budget to run the legislature. What is happening to this country? They don't say point out place. They should be the one to put our salary together and renovate the place.
Okay.
So I don't think another money should be placed in the budget for that matter.
Let's leave it with the joint security to tell us who actually burned it. There are people that have been arrested already, so we can say it is the lawmakers that burned it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Mr. Passaway. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Oh, I barely hear you. My friend is saying my the guy is interesting. So when I say I don't have ATM card, he say he's gonna give me one. I don't want ATM card. He say, are you gonna give me one ATM card if I don't have money in the bank to withdraw it? All right. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Someone called me to be specific to what I'm saying.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I listen to three of the callers. The $1.8 million that is being allocated by the House for the renovation, and I think
has it been allocated or is being requested for?
Okay, it's been requested for.
Okay.
I don't think it's a mistake because the bill was done by only person, and they up to now we're having the police or the fire service having come out to tell us who are responsible. And so now while waiting for that report and the budget was to be passed, if you don't request for any money for the renovation of that place until the budget is being passed, if you don't place anything within that budget, meaning that we have to wait for the next budget. So it was fast-tracked in requesting for certain amount so that the renovation of the chapter building can start sooner, because we need our people to go to work and they have to do our job. That is what they were elected for. If we don't do it, that was not done, then we have to wait for the next budget for it to be requested for. But the only thing we want to say is that the police should be fast in the report to bring those that are responsible, according to the need this morning, that are responsible of the venue of the chapter building. But I think it was not wrong to request that amount. And that is not just the amount, that is just the initial that was requested for. I think it should be more than that.
Okay. I don't know whether you're speaking from an engineering background, but you're saying that even the money is just an initial amount. It should be more than that. Let's hear from this other person. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Mattia.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Jerry Platter calling from Freeport.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I would like for the investigation to be done holistically.
Holistically, meaning?
Yes. I mean, that the fact be established. We don't want a case where the Liberian people will be standing in doubt again, where they will invite the president and the president says, no, this, that, the other people come from the other angle. They try to follow the fence. Because for me, I have not hear that the police are invited and security our own ground. This should be the first contact point.
But the police said that some part of the investigation is classified. So we have to also give them chance. We don't know which part is classified.
That's exactly it. So those people have to be held liable, because if you are then giving up that you are then given the authority to man that place. You got to follow the fence for that place. So we don't know in so many times the place will burn it down. And then Prim will coming out to say the exact amount that is needed to run into that place. I mean, it beat my imagination. I don't know where he got the analysis that they play will cost us so amount to be renovated. So me, I guess saying that the police should be able to do the right thing, because that place is for the Liberian people, enough for anybody for which somebody will go and put it at place. So the investigation should be done in a way that it will be the right way. That's all. Thank you for putting me time.
You're welcome. Thanks for your contribution on the program as well. Let's hear you more. Call us on those numbers 0777 0221 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Matthias. Let me say good morning to the people of Liberia.
Good morning, sir.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say, I forgot. Let me say Happy New Year to you also and to your listening place. This is activist Makai Render, and I do join you this morning from Luja, head office here in West Point, Liberia United for Justice and Accountability.
Okay.
I'm so much fascinated and I'm so much overwhelmed and certified and qualified for your brilliant exposés that you give to the public and to what has happened in the police report. I believe, in my opinion, as an activist, it is important for us to say the hard truth, difficult and critical times. In as much that we all condemn the condemnable, we should be there to recommend the recommendable. What do I mean? The first thing is that we shouldn't be questioning the police when the police say to us there are some of the investigations that are classified. All what the work police do that in the investigation, they withhold some information from the public because when those information are released to the public, it will definitely create some public hazard. I believe the police investigation at the national legislature as it relates to what transpire, collaborating with the fire service, we should accept that report and look forward to the government to do. My only disappointment will come in when the police have not made any reasonable arrest.
What do you call reasonable arrest? People have been arrested.
Thank you. So what I mean reasonable arrest is that we want to know in particularly, not to say a level, we want to know in particularly who were those guys who set our capital building on fire and burn our democracy in the face of the contemporary modern dispensation. Because that sound of burning our capital building, if what it means for our democracy, you and I here will be ashamed of ourselves as a Liberia. I expect by now for some of those guys to be incarcerated, or some of those guys to be sent to the court, give me a due trial and send them to subject. They are guilty. But for now, all we're hearing is this as in conclusion to that. In conclusion to
others are on the line, McLean.
I'm also calling for time from the Liberian people.
Okay, let's hear from another person. Thank you, McLean Render, for your contribution. You just have to observe the time. All of the time, Jollify and all of that, it takes a lot of time. So you give others the opportunity to participate. But thanks for your contribution, McLean. Let's hear you too. Call us on those numbers 0777 777 107, 0777 777 107, 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. This is Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. My name is Matthias Labindi. Today is Thursday, and it's the 9th day of January 2025. The year is really speeding with us. It's already 9 days gone in the year. We getting there. Let me say good morning to you, Ma Doris Son Stem, watching from Bartnersville. David E. Harris is following from Benson Street, Monrovia. James Fode is watching from Duazon, Robert Field Highway this morning. Thanks for joining us on the live feed. Invite someone and share. Yes, there's shares already on it. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for encouraging others to join the show. Let's have a conversation. Call us on those numbers 0777 777 107, 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate. The police, the joint security, by the way, has started releasing report. And in fact, has described the incident on Capitol Hill as an arson attack against the Capitol. So now some arrests have been made, and there are others that maybe this whole incident is linking to. The police is contacting them, or has contacted them according to the information. Now the police is awaiting these people to come up and tell the public maybe, go to the police call first of all, and then they will undergo investigation. Classify, yes. I also agree with the issue of classify. I was just asking from a layman perspective that many people may think out there that they are the employers and the employees are out there. If there's something happening, the information should be let out. But again, if you look at security nature of issues in the country or anywhere around the world, investigation, there are certain things that will be classified. If you follow the 25 million mop-up exercise, I don't know how many of you got copies of that document to read it. Certain portion of the document were retired, so you find it difficult to even read. You see it's kind of dot mark, very thick black ink, like on certain part of the document. I mean, you have it. You can't just access that. Maybe that was not meant for public consumption. It's always the case that the police will tell you, the security man will tell you that what I know, like the press man will say, that the information that I have as a journalist, if I release everything to the public, this nation or the world will collapse. That's the same way the security man will tell you that what I know about people, if I even meet them in person and share with them, it's going to be a problem for them. They themselves, they may even collapse that, wow, so this is the kind of information, the kind of things that I am doing out there, or someone is doing about me that I am not in the know of. So it's important that we let these people do their job, but while they do their job, we can also keep asking the hard questions, all right, without fueling political feelings in it. We're going to go for a break. We'll come back. That will be gradually taking us to the end of the program. This is Sky Money Live on Sky 107.1 Sweet Liberia. This is the land that we all need to protect, we all need to defend. We'll be right back after this break.
This is the time we come together to keep our country safe forever. So open up your heart, let a true love come right in. 'Cause love is all we need to make us stand. Let's understand one another and learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Let's celebrate and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, love is all we need to make a stand. Let's celebrate and have a peaceful home. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's celebrate and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia.
Oh, sweet Liberia, Mama Liberia, loving Liberia. Oh, sweet Liberia. Why Do we keep hurting you and you still love us, but we are not returning the love as we should? Good morning. Welcome. This is Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. You know, every time you come across a new word, mostly for curious people who are interested in building their vocabulary, they go deep into researching that word and getting the etymology of the word, or the background, the history of the word, the origin of the word. The last time there was a word circulating, you know, became very popular on social media. A Liberian girl, you know, with a nice normal day beauty, somebody would say, the open tea and a normal day beauty. Yeah, so she said, you see, I did my chicken poo hair looking very demure. Demure is D-E-M-U-R-E. To some of us, even how I said personally, it was my first time coming across that word. And demure is a word used to describe a calm, simple, intelligent, polite woman. Beautiful. Let me add that there as well. So when you say a lady is demure, she's beautiful, she's calm, she's polite, she's simple, she's understanding. All right. Today there's a word that we are playing with. No, during the crisis time, former interim president Dr. Amos Sawyer used the word concomitantly. It became a word to discuss, and it became very popular. All right. I could go on to name words, to mention words that, you know, people have used in circumstances or situations, or sometimes during calm moments, and they gain interest in the ears of people. Today, the word of the day, or of the week, or of the month is awesome. A-R-S-O-N. What is it? The police said the joint security said the act of Capitol Hill that led to the burning of that building is an act of arson. So what is arson? Arson is the deliberate and malicious act of setting fire to buildings, wide areas, vehicles, or other property, often with the intent to cause damage, harm, or deception, and may encompass various motivations from insurance fraud and revenge to vandalism or to the concealment of another crime. Arson attacks do not come just like that. I gave you an analogy of a situation I follow at the time. Way back, I remember 2004, where this guy, he was given a notice. So usually those of us that are still renting, when you go to a place to rent, somebody will say, come and fix this place. You know, this room is just here, fix it. You move here, your expense, the expenditure you're going to make will come from the rent. So this guy did all of the work, and I think his expenditure went up to a certain amount that the owner of the property could not let this guy to live in the very comfort that he created for himself. Even though eventually his money would have expired, and then they would have gotten into negotiating for a new rent if the person had exercised patience, or the person had not, you know, wore the sense of greed to ask this guy to leave. So ask the guy to leave. The guy said, but I need my money. Say, yeah, leave. We'll give you money. Give me from now till this time. I'll give you money. Angrily, he left and found a place somewhere else. He came back and put that building on fire. So there are motivations behind these arson attacks. Let me show you, let me mention a few, since we are already going to the tail end of the program. Understanding the motivations can sometimes be crucial in legal proceedings. So some common motivations behind arson attacks are vandalism. Some commit arson purely for the thrill or as an act of rebellion. Some people, they are angry. So sometimes you see that at company areas, whenever people are getting angry, they always send police. They always send reinforcement of law enforcement officers. You know why? Because during the time the workers are agitating, they get involved into destroying properties, they vandalize properties. So they do so in rebellion to certain act that the company is carrying on to them. So in that process, if they took gasoline or whatever and they lit that building, that company vicinity on fire, is an arson attack. And what is the motivation behind that? The motivation is rebellion. They rebel against and act against them. Another one is insurance fraud. Insurance fraud. And it's defined, it says some individuals or businesses aim to collect insurance money by burning their property. Insurance fraud. So say somebody has insured their entire property. And mostly people say the whole insurance thing is only the insurance companies that make money. So some of the ways that somebody will make money is that they will say, you know what? I've been here, I've been paying my insurance every year, I'm regular and all of that. These people keep making money, no damage costs here, nothing going on. The person goes on and set their building ablaze. They say, yeah, insurance, my building is insured. The insurance company will come and take care of it. But if you are unfortunate and the insurance come with real investigators and they conduct an investigation, it is proven that you did this by yourself. This act was committed. Is a deliberate act from within. Trust me, you have to rebuild your structure. So the motivation of arson, that's number 2. The third one is retaliation or revenge. It's the one I give, the analogy I gave you, right? About the guy who paid the rent. Retaliation or revenge. Personal disputes or vendettas might motivate someone to commit arson. You have this argument with somebody, this person lives in your house. There are some people, when you live in their properties, in their homes, in their houses, look, I mean, they treat you like piece of nothing. But you know, I've seen a lot of people who rented for some time. When they leave those rented properties, they build better homes than the homes they were renting in. In countless times I've seen that. But in this case, this guy is living this humble life. He has plans. He does not have to sit with you, landlord or landlady, to disclose everything to you. But you are treating him, you're treating he and his family like piece of nothing. Some people, they get motivated to carry out arson on that property because of the way that person is treating them. So that's why they said retaliation or revenge. Say, okay, I built this place, I renovated this property, and you telling me that I can't live here now? I've spent all this money. You don't even have the physical cash to give me now, and you're asking me to leave. You're using the code, and you're asking me to give you time to pay my money. What kind of wickedness is this? The person packs out of the property. They get angry. They get frustrated. Maybe they go and start again. They go and live, in a place that's not befitting for their family. Sometimes they get angry and go right back there and burn that property. That is the motivation behind that, is retaliation or revenge. Another motivation behind arson attack is to conceal another crime. Say, for example, somebody enters a house. There are cameras all over the house. And then they killed somebody. After killing that person, they realize that their CCTV cameras, they capture them. The only way to conceal that crime is to burn that entire structure. They burn it, obviously, the CCTV cameras, all the footages will burn along with the property. So the arson attack at that moment is motivated as a result of someone wanting to conceal another crime. Now let's ask ourselves as Liberians, what may have motivated the arson attack on Capitol Hill? What? I don't know. I can tell you right now. I don't even know. I don't even have an answer to that. This research and all of these things that these people mention, they are all facts. You can see the motivation. You can see real motivation. As I'm even saying them, some people are sitting in their thing and say, yeah, you're right, Matthias. But I'm not saying that you should get motivated by any of these things to go and carry on arson attack. You're going to go to jail. There are penalties for carrying on arson attack. The last one is mental illness or compulsion. This, some individuals might start fires due to psychological disorders where setting a fire gives them relief of pleasure. Some people are experiencing abrupt mental disorder, and you see them, they took matches and they just lit fire. Once they see that blaze, it brings them pleasure, but then they are at the verge of destroying thousands and millions of dollars of properties. Their motivation is mental illness or compulsion. What is the motivation for the people that burn the Capitol building? Let's ask ourselves. My name is Matthias Labindi. Join us again Monday for another edition of the program Sky Morning Live. I've been here with my producer, Mark Your Bio. Have yourselves a wonderful day.